Om. Namaste. Hope all are happy. Many members have got initiated into Aksharamala Dhyana, which is bringing lots and lots of blissfulness with each and every practitioner. They don't do anything. They just sit. After the mantra diksha is over, many people have become invisible. Many members have become invisible. Privately, sometimes they call us and say, I am not able to open my mouth at all. I become so silent. I become so calm. My mind is so serene. My surrounding is so peaceful. Nothing looks to be awkward for me. Nothing looks to be haphazard for me. Nothing looks to be unorganized in front of me. I do not want to find fault with anybody. In fact, no fault is visible to me. Like that, so many members who are not able to write their experiences, they have been speaking to me. In fact, I have been telling them, just spend some time, at least you need 21 to 25 days. Get into the same mantra, a sacred mantra which was given to you. You can put your comments, your feedback after 21-25 days. That will make more sense also. But today's video is, we need to understand something special about mantra. Because some of the members who have sent for registration, they are so casual, they do not know what is mantra, what it can do. So it becomes bound and duty for me to just give some inputs on matters related to mantra. Mantra diksha can be given through various modes. It can be given through trees, it can be given through air, it can be given through metal, it can be given through water, it can be given through waves, it can be given through fire also. Pancha Bhutas can be invoked to give mantra diksha. Because mantra is so supreme, so sacred, it comes to the right ear of the person who is receiving it. So in order, taking all this into consideration, we have started giving mantra diksha through phone to the concerned person seeking diksha or initiation of the mantra. The Guru Gita, chapter 2, verse 131 says that whoever has taken mantra diksha from a guru is successful, others may not be successful. This apart, we will see some of the rules relating to mantra itself and also the difference between mantra and sloka little later, and what mantra can do to us or to our environment also we will come to know. Then once you get the mantra diksha, what are all your contribution, what are all your responsibility, what are all your rights, what are all your powers, also we will discuss in short. Use of mantra is governed by certain rules, but whereas slokas are not governed by such rigid rules. Various methods about the mantras may be available in Sanskrit, classical languages like Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Telugu, Oriya, and other languages. Granth also, lot of information, guidance, knowledge is filled in these sacred texts. In short, mantra has got lot of rigid rules for recitation, whereas sloka will not have so much of rigid rules. Even a person who doesn't know anything about the language. Even a person who does not follow the prescribed methods can recite slokas. For example, Lalita Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, Hanuman Chalisa, Ramcharitmanas, Durga Stuti, etc. But whereas the mantras which come from the Vedas and other sacred texts, only the learned men, the Purohits, the Sanskrit Pandits and the scholars, they only can recite those mantras or utter these mantras with rigid prescribed rules. Mantras are so sacred like slokas also. But the only difference is mantras cannot be recited as you like. If a password protected computer is there, if you give a wrong password, it will not open. Mantras are like that. It won't work. The result may be counterproductive. If you use the wrong password for 3 or 4 times, the account will be locked and it will be difficult to open. Whereas slokas are very generic. If you don't get one particular tablet, the same type of tablet the medical practitioner will give, which will work for you. Mantras are like a digital clock or digital meters. If you let mention in digital as 35556, you cannot mention anything more or less. Whereas in analog clock, you can blindly say 356. But in digital term, it won't be accepting. In the same way, mantras are also voice sensitive. If you do not pronounce properly, it could mean a different meaning and different results could arrive at your doorstep. Whereas slokas are not like that. You can continue to recite the name of Rama in a different way. It is accepted. Hanuman Chalisa, if you do not know in its original language, in the language known to you, you can continue to recite and continue to be benefited from the Lord. Use of mantras are governed by certain rules. In order to erect whether the mantra will be suitable for a person, there is a chakra called Akadama chakra, in which 4 directions, vowels are used to find out whether the particular mantra will be suitable for this person, whether it will bring result for the person, the sadhaka who is seeking, or it will bring good results to him or not. There are so many conditions, ifs and buts are there. There are methods to know when will a person have mantra siddhi, whether a person will have mantra siddhi or not, or the mantra siddhi will come with hurdles and troubles after a long time. If mantra siddhi is denied for a particular person, then is there any alternative mantra that can be given to that person? The same result or similar result that person can obtain in a shorter period of time. Such kind of rules are prescribed, which one has to analyze before giving the mantra to a person who is seeking. Broadly, the results will come out when we analyze putting so many parameters, whether the mantra siddhi will be accomplished or not. The mantra siddhi will be accomplished, but with the delays and troubles. The mantra siddhi will not be accomplished at all. Also, there are so many guidelines for using the mantra itself. Trust in God, kindness, readiness to sacrifice, large-heartedness, truthfulness, honesty, control of anger, clear language, good thoughts, kindness, patience, compassion, cosmic love, wish for liberation, selfless service, donation, poor feeding, understanding the problems of others, being generous in donation, being helpful to the poor, not being brutal, not being rivalry, not being induced by violence, ahimsa, non-violence against anybody, to be childlike but avoid childishness, to be devotional rather than emotional, to exhibit empathy rather than showing sympathy. Be good, be pure, do good, love all, help the sadhakas to attain liberation, help others to do sadhana, help others in bringing to the consciousness of the fold of the mantra. There are 80 to 90 guidelines are there. Some of them only I am just recalling. Mantras have got lot of niyamas, the rules and regulations. But for sloka, only bhakti devotion is more than sufficient. You can call Krishna in whichever name you want. But when you use the mantra to address Krishna, you will have to address in the way in which it has been advised or it has been instructed by the Guru, not the way you can. This is one of the distinct thing which you can note down for mantra as well as sloka. You can address God in sloka, you can address the God in whichever way you want. You can address the God as mother, daughter, and you can address the God or God as singular. But in mantra, the God and goddesses are addressed with full of reference. If a guru is giving you a diksha of a mantra, lot of such filtration goes into behind the scene, which the person who is getting the mantra must be aware of it. Otherwise, the mantra will not work. The mantra, what you get, will become waste in your hands. As such, before giving the mantra to you, the preceptor, the guru, the guide who gives the mantra puts on lot of efforts, lot of resources, lot of struggle to find out the right mantra to be given to you at the right time. In addition to all these things, the mantra has to be imparted or given as diksha on a selected date by the Guru. A muhurta has to be fixed. It cannot just be given on the ears of the seeker just because the seeker is in a hurry. It is not a product to be picked up from a shelf and given to the customer who can just open the pack, put it into mouth and throw the container outside. Ice cream can be done like that. A cake can be treated in that way. Open the pack, eat the cake and throw the cover in the trash. But mantras need to come to you at a right time, auspiciously fixed by the Guru. After the completion of the mantra for Siddhi, the Guru will tell you initially so many days do it. It does not mean that only that much days it has to be done. If you are applying for electricity for your house, it is not for certain period of time only. They take a advance from you as a deposit, refundable deposit. When you return the electricity meter, the money will be returned. How many of us have taken the money back from the electricity department? So long the house is there, the money will not come back. In the same way, the mantra, if it is given for 11 days, 21 days or 48 days as one mantala, it does not mean that you will have to stop the mantra at that time. The mantra once given to you gets more and more power Only when you continue to overoil, put oil, make in use, keep in use, keep on reciting. That is how the mantra comes. That is how the mantra gives better results for the seeker. Once the recitation is over, there are procedures. You are supposed to conclude with a concluding Samaradhana Puja. Dana and Dharma is a must in mantra. You will have to feed the poor. As much as the poor feeding is done and the poor are happy, so much that mantra will bring good results for you and your descendants, and keep your forefathers and your ancestors also happy, because the mantra what is recited by you is not for you, for your entire lineage. That is the reason the Dhyana Bindu Upanishad says, by reciting the mantra, by being in meditation, being in dhyana, the burden of curse or sins of lots and lots of lineage, any number of ancestors can be washed away. How we will do? That we will see a little later. Now you understand this. So concluding of the mantra, the beginning of the mantra has to be done with reverence to Guru, with a puja, with a contribution from your side for the poor, giving something to cow, giving something to crow, giving something to bird is not charity. I have already discussed earlier also. The way we give is the way the God will give to us. So, when a mantra is given into you, even after taking the initiation, the person who initiates you should be honored with something from you. But people think, I have donated something. Whatever you donated is not a Guru Dakshina. So now you will understand how much struggle, how much efforts goes on in selecting a mantra for you. If these processes are not exercised in giving a mantra to a native, a sadhaka, then that sadhaka will be getting something, not mantra. In the name of mantra, something only you will get, which will not bring any kind of result for the person. After conclusion, because the mantras are to be recited for life, then where is the question of, on conclusion of the mantra, giving dana, dharma, charity and other things? As a result, as and when you complete certain portions, you are supposed to indulge in giving charity. You are supposed to indulge yourself in the act of food serving quite often. How often it is becoming hungry for us, so much intervals the other acts are also to be done. That's what the mantra shastra says. Because the mantra is a expression of more evolved consciousness, it offers a unique link with that higher level. For this reason, it not only makes the path to the higher consciousness by filling or replacing the interfering thoughts, its gradual incorporation pulls the consciousness to that state. Members who are into mantra dhyana will see, while reciting the mantra, there will be drifting away. It will look like monotonous. We'll feel that we are into the whole of the consciousness, but suddenly the thoughts will come and hit us. Any focus or being in trance becomes short-lived. Mantra is derived from few words: manana, the thinking; trana is liberation. That means the liberation from the thinking. When we sit For dhyana, the mind chatters with so much of disturbances. So give liberation to the thought. The moment liberation is attained from the thoughts, then we become one with the universe. Universe becomes us. Sava becomes Shiva. We become supreme. Mantra is a very potent form of thought, an instrument of conscious intent. Mantras are sound with a numinous power. We do not know what is the power, how many watt, how many megawatt, or how many gigawatt it has. It is only a seed. It will look like seed, only we can see the seed, but not the expanded version. How much, what, how it can give is only Shiva knows, or we can know when we become Shiva. In Tantra teachings are also called as mantra only. With this information, we should understand that getting a mantra diksha is not coming to you just like that. We are from Avatar Babaji Sannidhan. We are giving the mantra diksha as a matter of kindness, as a matter of elevating the ignorant, as a matter of elevating the learned, as a matter of making the journey complete for those who have already reached the 99th mile. The last mile connectivity we are trying to give. The administrative expenses what we incur are too much. As a matter of service, we are pouring expenses from Avatar Babaji Sannidhan. Because the administrative expenses itself goes more than 1000 rupees for each person when we have to select the mantra. It looks like 30% are given mantra initiation once in 15 days, but it is not so. Behind the scene, we have to put lot of efforts, lot of process as I described. A mantra may not be suitable to one person. I cannot give it. We will have to keep it aside. We will not give the reason. The person who was registered, who has not got initiated, there are chances always to think otherwise. But when you have not selected that particular person, how do we make that person knowledgeable with these nitty-gritties? Unless we tell these problems, the person who was registered with us for mantra diksha and whose name is not found in the list, there are members who get offended. But don't get offended. If your file is missing or if your name in the file is missing, it is under the consideration of the God. It is with the divinity. Your file will come little later. So there are so many other rules and regulations which are there in the initiation part, which we do not want to divulge. One thing please understand, what is coming to you as mantra diksha is an high power, high potent capsule. It comes to you with lot of efforts, lot of divine calculations, lot of investments in terms of efforts, time and struggle. With all these things, when it comes to you, it becomes the bounden duty of the person who receives it to respect and honor that mantra in the proper manner as it fits, as it demands that much respect. Hope the individuals who seek mantra diksha will go through this video, understand the nitty-gritties and the sacred science behind it, sacred power behind it, how you have been selected, how you have been honored. If you are honoring the mantra in that way, with wholeheartedly, then you are the one person who can touch the divinity in very short period of time. All the very best. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha. Om Sadguru Babaji Namaha.